All right, everyone, we're at the same casino as the previous episode, except this is going to be high only. Here we look down at 8877, single suited on the button. Hijack limps, folds to me, I make it 45, and only the hijack calls. So we're going heads up to a flop. Flop comes king 10-3 with two hearts. My opponent checks to me, I bet 60, and my opponent thinks for a bit and check raises all in for 280 total. And I just kind of think for a little bit to save face, but I fold. After that first hand, I decided to top up $200. Here look down at king, king, queen, jack, single suited in middle position. Early position player makes it 40, folds to me, I make the call, over to a late position player who makes it 100, back over to the early position player who pushes all in for about 400 total, and I make the fold. Here look down at ace, king, queen, 7, double suited in middle position. Early position player makes it 40, I call, there are 3 other callers, so we're going 5 ways to a flop. Flop comes ace, king, 9 with 2 clubs. Checks to me, I bet 150. Folds over to the small blind who check raises to 400. Folds back to me, and obviously only one thing to do. I push all in, and he quickly makes the call. So we're going heads up to a run out. Turn brings in the front door flush with a jack of clubs. River brings a 5, so obviously it doesn't matter what he has. I turn over my hand, and we're doubling up here. So good start to the session. Here look down at ace, king, queen, 10, double suited in middle position. Folds to me, I open a 40, and there are 4 callers, so we're going 5 ways to a flop. Flop comes ace, jack, 7 with 2 spades. Checks to me, I bet 125, and there are 2 callers, so we're going 3 ways to a turn. Turn brings in the front door flush with a 4 of spades. Early position player bets 300. Another player calls, and I fold. River brought a 2, early position player bet 900, and the other player tank called. Early position player showed king, king, queen, queen with the king, queen of spades, so he's going to take it down with the nut flush. Here look down at ace, 8, 7, 5, single suited in the big blind. Middle position player limps, late position player makes it 50. There's 1 caller to me, I call, and the other person folds, so we're going 3 ways to a flop. Flop comes ace, 10, 8 with 2 spades. I check, the original raiser checks, and the other player checks, so we're still going 3 ways to a turn. The turn brings a king, I check, the original raiser checks, over to the button who makes it 150, and I fold. Here look down at ace, king, queen, 8, double suited under the gun. I open a 40, and there are 4 callers, so we're going 5 ways to a flop. Flop comes ace, 9, 5 with 2 diamonds. Checks to me, I check, and action checks through, so still going 5 ways to a turn. Turn brings a 6, small blind bets 200, big blind folds to me, and I fold. Here look down at ace, 5, 5, 4, double suited in the small blind. Middle position player makes it 20, 1 late position caller, and I call, so we're going 3 ways to a flop. Flop comes king, 5, 3, rainbow. I check over to the original raiser who bet 60. Late position player calls. I make it 300, and unfortunately both my opponents fold, so we take it down. So here I look down at ace, king, king, 8, single suited middle position, but then the dealer actually gives the small blind an extra card, so we just decide to play this hand 5 card high, and my next card is a 9 of clubs, so I have ace, king, king, 9, 8, and I decide to limp. Late position player makes it 50, there's 1 caller to me, and I just decide to call since I've never actually played a hand of 5 card high only, so we're going 3 ways to a flop. Flop comes queen, jack, 6 with 2 spades. Checks to me, I check, and the original raiser checks, so we're still going 3 ways to a turn. Turn brings in the front door flush with a 5 of spades. Small blind bets 50, and I fold. Here look down at ace, 8, 7, 4, single suited in middle position. Early position player limps. I also limp. Over to the button who limps. Small blind completes, and the big blind checks, so we're going 5 ways to a flop. Flop comes 9, 5, 2 with 2 spades. Checks over to me, and I bet 30 with my double gutter and nut flush draw, and we get 3 callers, so we're going 4 ways to a turn. Turn gives us some additional equity in the 10 of hearts. Checks over to me again, and I thought about taking a free card, but because I have position on all these players, I just tried to take it down here and bet 170, and there are 2 callers, so we're going 3 ways to a river. The small blind, who's one of the callers here, only has about $100 left. So if I brick, it's going to be an interesting decision for me to make if I'm going to try to bluff a guy with $100 here. But luckily it doesn't come to that as the river brings a jack of spades and small blind puts his remaining 100 in the middle. Other player folds and I of course snap call and tell him I have the nuts. And he shows me the king of spades and kind of mucks his other cards. So I'm assuming he had the king high flush and we're going to take it down here. I played another orbit after that nut flush hand, didn't get a ton to play, and I decided to rack up.
What's up guys, Wayne back here with you. So today I was in for 700, out for 1355, so profit of 655. If you haven't already done so, check out my previous video, I'll link it up here. Play some 5 card Big O and some 4 card PLO, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care.